Without further ado, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner in the red. Give it up from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It's the Terran known as Cure. Spawning in the top right in the blue, the Protoss from Dragon Phoenix Gaming as well. It is Hero. All right. So, game number one going to be coming down between these two players. Hero recently returning back from military service and has been showing some pretty good games, man. I've seen him going, doing pretty good in tournaments and stuff. I'm excited to see him try again, maybe into GSL, and just to keep progressing. I'm excited to see Gumiho as well, another returning player that is coming through. And I'm just excited to see, how well they will fare against some of the top. And if they've retained that, Hero I definitely think has and is continuing to improve as he continues on. Now, you see Hero going pretty standard so far. Well, I say that, but there is a proxy pylon across the map. It doesn't look like Hero is actually going to scout this either. Now, big thing is this is because both of these players are on the same team. Sometimes we do see these crazy shenanigans happen. There goes the Cybernetics core. I think eventually he'll throw down a second pylon or a third pylon in the main, but we do actually see the SCV coming across for Cure, looking to get some scouting off, maybe even do a proxy of his own. But he's going to take an expansion behind this. Now, what is Hero's plan here? He's going to send across a Zealot. Eventually, I think he goes into Stalker, maybe an Adept behind this. And now we see you're in the main base. Scouts around, says, hey, you are missing something here. And it's going to be a Stargate. Cure still has no idea of the Stargate just yet. Just barely out of the range. Even throwing down a shield battery. Oh no. Factory comes down immediately for Cure. He's going to return back home with the SCP, but I don't think he realizes exactly what is in his natural. So the first Zealot going to be coming across now for Hero. Looking to go up the ramp. We'll start pushing on some pressure towards those Marines. A couple SCVs. Going to try to trap the Zealot as much as possible, but that Zealot, as feisty as ever, will continue on. Now the second pylon will move forward as the Adept shades in here. The Marines a little defenseless against this Adept, but the SCV is going to help. The shade will not complete as the Adept ends up falling. One Marine still remains. Another shield battery goes down. A third shield battery goes down. The Void Ray getting chronoed out as quickly as possible. Behind this Cure, instantly getting that tech lab, trying to get out some Cyclones to help deal with this, but will he be able to? Will he have enough? Trying to focus down that forward-facing pylon. The Adept looking to come in here. Eventually will be able to save the pylon. There is no probe here just yet. I think he will be sending one across to try to continue this escapade. But now the Void Ray is out. The Adept not going to be able to shade in. Going to start focusing onto the Tech Lab, which will be able to shut down any more Cyclone pressure. The Adept just a little bit too far back. Not going to be able to shoot onto the Marines. Eventually, Hero will have to back up with that Void Ray. Now, we'll at least have one Cyclone come out. The second Void Ray will join forces. The probe coming across the map now to throw down some more shield batteries and just keep the pressure up. A second bunker does go down. Finally, the Cyclone going to come out. Going to start trying to focus onto the... Well, I was going to say the Void Rays, but instead he's going to focus onto the shield batteries. Second Cyclone on the way, though. This Hero looking to get into the main. Not going to be able to. Void Rays, though, are fully charged. A third Void Ray going to be coming out. And, yeah, I mean, this is really scary for Q right now. He does have the starport. Eventually, we'll be able to start making some Vikings. I'm going to go straight into a reactor, though, so he can start building 2 at a time. And now focusing on to the bunker. The SCV is trying to hold on as much as possible. Not going to be able to. The focus, though, onto the Void Rays with those Cyclones. But they do not have the upgrade, so the Cyclone's not going to be hitting as hard. Going to go for the reactors. Trying to go for any of the buildings that help out Terran as much as possible. Fourth Void Ray, more Adepts coming through. Behind this, just more and more shield batteries, and this is looking very, very grim for Cure. The Adepts looking to shade into the main base. Going to start focusing down the SCVs, which will pull this army out of position. Here come the Void Rays once again. The Cyclone's focusing onto the Adept. The first Cyclone does end up falling. The second Cyclone is very, very close. And so he will end up falling. One Void Ray does go down. The second Void Ray falls. The other Void Rays trying to make their way out here, but somehow still Cure has held on. Behind this, we do have the Adepts shading in for Hero. More Void Rays coming through, and yeah, I mean, it's getting very, very tough. I think Hero, as long as he continues to play this patiently, should have been able to do this, because this is very, very all in from Hero. As long as he can continue to drain down this account, should be more than okay. And now with the Vikings out, he should be all right. But we do see Hero starting to take out some of the supply. Eventually we'll back up. I'll throw down another gateway. We'll allow him to start warping in some more. Focuses down one of the Cyclones. The Adepts going to cancel the shade, so there's no going to be blocking. There's only a handful of Marines and a couple of Cyclones. The SCVs are going to get pulled to try to help heal up as much as possible, but right now Hero just waiting for that reset of the prismatic alignment before he goes into it once again. The Void Rays looking to shade into the back, maybe try to pull this army out of position. We'll start focusing down more SCVs. 3 so far have fallen, and now with the prismatic alignments activated, we do see those Void Rays coming in, going to shut down the tech lab on the factory, will not allow him to make any more Cyclones. This tank will end up eventually popping out, but should be more than okay to stop that. Tank, though, going to go ahead and back up, trying to focus onto the shield batteries a little bit. But there are just so many Vikings here now, eventually going to have to back up into the shield battery farm. Very, very close. So far, a really good play coming out from Cure. Going to end up having to unsiege the tank as the Adepts do shade forward. The Vikings, though, focus firing down the Void Rays. The Void Rays are going to fall, and somehow Cure holding on with everything. And yeah, I think this is just going to be over from here. There are a few Stalkers warped in, but they cannot deal the damage against the Vikings. They can't do anything against really the tank or anything, and eventually these Vikings will help clear everything out, and I think Hero will have to tap out. I mean, maybe he could try to play this out, but keep the pressure on, take a natural or something. Let's see. But yeah, behind this, just not really making anything. He's trying to focus around so much. Does not look like it. Another good scan does go off, sees that there's more Void Rays being made. The Adepts looking to shade on top of the tank. SCVs will eventually get pulled, or not. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to continue to try to hammer down onto the SCVs, but just going to get cornered. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for Hero here in game number 1. I mean, the Void Ray might be able to help turn it around, but with the amount of Vikings out now for Cure, I just don't see that happening. Going into Phoenix now? Yeah. I mean, he's doing a good job trying to keep the count low, but I mean, there's just too many SCVs. The thing is also he has that natural, so any SCV production is going to be more than okay here. And yeah. The only thing I can think of is maybe waiting for the tanks on siege and trying to pounce on them, but not going to be enough, so GG's. Spawning. In the bottom right, in the red. Give it up for the Terran. It is Cure. Spawning in the bottom left, in the blue, the Protoss player known as Hero. Alright, so game number 1, Hero tried to go for that kind of crazy Void Ray style play and almost pulled it off. I really gotta say, big props for how patient Cure was playing in that last game. There was definitely a couple of times where it felt like Hero could have won. Look at this now, the barracks coming out in a proxy location here for Cure. Hero not going to see this though. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy indeed. Now, I like this a lot because, yes, on a map like Blackburn... Oh my god, he's not going to see it, is he? He doesn't. He does not see it. Okay, so on a map like Blackburn, there are these little, slow zones and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. I never noticed they look like little eyes. But anyways, they make it slow, so having the barracks like very, very close essentially kind of nullifies that. Now, it's going to be Reaper first. I imagine it's just going to be a Reaper and then like expand from here, but let's see. Maybe he goes for something aggressive. I feel like he would have already thrown down like a second barracks or something if he was going to go too aggressive. Just threw down a factory though in the main, so it doesn't look like he's going to get, like I said, too crazy. Maybe just one or two Reapers, and then eventually just kind of tech into more of a normal game. So here we go. First Reaper going to make its way into the main base. Will eventually kind of disrupt some of the probes. Probes trying to get a wraparound onto the Reaper, but not going to be enough. And a second probe will end up falling. Ooh, almost gets the Reaper. The Reaper grenade is off. We'll end up throwing it down just for some extra protection here. But getting 3 probes, not bad. We do have an adept on the way. Second Reaper will pop out and help join into this. I think eventually going into the natural at the same time. And then, yeah, he's just going to pick that up, move that over. The other side, it's going to be mine, so this will be a follow-up attack to this. And he takes his own expansion, so... Again, nothing too crazy, but getting 3 probes is not bad of an opening behind it. We do have the Stargate coming out for Hero. It does have the Adept, and eventually we will see the Starport coming through. Getting a Medevac, maybe a Liberator to throw on top of that, but overall, not going to be bad at all. The Adept's going to get knocked back. Eventually, we'll be able to take care of one of the Reapers. Second Reaper will make its way out. The Widowmine, though, gonna go straight across. Really interesting play coming out here from Cure. Keeping the distraction into the main base with that Adept. Eventually will get on top of the Reaper. But here we go. The probe's not getting pulled. 3 more do go down. Not the biggest, but you know what? You gotta take what you can get. The Widowmine gonna be able to make it out. Eventually we'll have to be kind of pushed back. More Widowmines coming through. We do have that Medevac, so a Medevac drop will be on its way very, very quickly. Eventually that mine will end up passing, but getting 3 kills, not too bad. Now, on the other side, we do see an armory coming down. We got more barracks coming through for the Terran. Finally going to have a robotics facility and the Phoenix coming out from Hero, so we'll at least be able to start building up some more of that and potentially put a stop to the Widowmines here. First Widowmine does end up getting burrowed. Second Widowmine looking to go down as well, but both of them going to eventually get picked up by the Phoenix. And we try to burrow them down. Yeah, not bad. Ooh, the other mine coming in. God, does Hero see this? He does not. They're gonna go down. Okay. Here we go, looking for the kill. No, Hero. Okay, good splits coming out from Hero. Another 3 killed though. Oh no, these are still here. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, so they're gonna get pulled in time. Little early there, but there is an Oracle on the way, which will allow him to eventually revelate these and take them out. There we go. This Widowmine will eventually go off as well. Oh, he doesn't have enough for the revelate. Okay, there we go. Okay, Observer finally comes out. 5 probes all together will go down, and Cure going into a Thor behind all of this. An Immortal is on its way and will eventually be popped, but this is kind of a crazy play coming out from Cure. This is very Gumiho-esque. think we actually seen Gumiho try this before. Let's see what ends up happening. All right, so the Thor going to drop. We'll be able to start dealing with the Phoenix. The Phoenix don't do a whole lot by themselves. Usually it relies on multiple Phoenix to really kind of start dealing any damage at all to any air units in this. The only thing really able to take care of the Thor is going to be the Immortal, but the Immortal focusing down other units. I mean, trying to get, I guess, the SEVs. There is a Stasis Ward, so he has to be careful here and eventually start picking up a couple of the Marines to deal with this shield battery. So starting to get a little low. The Thor going to be forced to pick up, move back. The SEVs need to heal it up if he wants to stay in this. Does eventually get that Oracle. Bit of Void Ray will follow up a second and a third Immortal on the way. 14 probes, though, altogether have been taken out. Hero is able to see all of this, though. SEV is doing a really good job of healing everything up, keeping everything healed up as more units start streaming across the map, trying to focus down onto the Void Ray, but Overcharge has been activated. Healing up everything, so eventually Cure going to have to back up, get him out of range. Eventually takes out the first Oracle, first Void Ray. Second Void Ray does go down. The Thor gets so low, but just pops himself out of range. Eventually, we'll look to heal him up, and now Hero can just back up. He can kind of regroup himself. A third base has been laid down for Cure behind all of this, but Hero holding on. Now, he is down to 57 supply to the 82, and so far it's been very, very good for the side of Cure. And what does he do behind this? I mean, he's going to be able to keep the Thor. He is switching into factory with more barracks, so getting more Widow Mines. And I like this. I mean, I guess Hero might be thinking, oh, he's going to be building more Thors. Something like that's going to happen, but no, he's saying, okay, I'll just play standard, you know. Love it. So now Twilight Council on the way for Hero. Will eventually be able to get Blink. Maybe even gets Charge. I don't know if you really want Charge in this situation. He's going to go very heavy into the Immortals, though, and they're going to start flying across the map. Looks like Cure, though, going to send some mines up towards the top. Down at the bottom, Thor looking to get some more damage. The Void Ray, though, going to be coming in, and we'll start focusing onto the Vikings. The first Viking does go down. Eventually, the Void Ray, though, will end up falling. Here we go. The Thor just slowly going to move forward to the side. Eventually, we'll be able to make it into the main base. But a huge push across the map. Eventually, we'll pick up the third base, getting out of the way. A mine going to go down towards the third. Another mine going to be focusing down. GG's!